Say this prayer until the end and feel the impact of the transforming power of Psalm 55. It is not just a promise, it is a true wall of protection against all evil. Welcome, my beloved family of light, to the Sowing the Word channel. It is always an indescribable joy to have you with us. And, if you are not yet part of this blessed community, take advantage of this moment to join us. Today, I invite you to experience a profound and liberating spiritual journey with the extraordinary power of Psalm 55 as our guide. This psalm is a powerful spiritual weapon, capable of dispelling enemies, unmasking injustices, breaking the works of the wicked, nullifying curses, and removing all forces that seek to oppress your life. It doesn't matter what difficulties you are facing. By the end of this prayer, you will feel a renewal in your soul, as if a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. It is God cleaning the paths and bringing light where there was darkness. In the comments, write with faith, "Lord, eliminate all kinds of evil from my life." If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing now and leave a like as a form of support. Share this video with those you love via WhatsApp, and let's spread this message of faith and hope together. Lord, hear my cry and extend your hand over me. Do not hide yourself, O God, from my supplication. Answer my prayer, listen to me with compassion, for my heart is afflicted, crushed by the weight of oppression and the incessant cry of my enemies. Your words are like arrows, your actions are marked by anger and cruelty, and my soul is surrounded by anguish. The terrors of death have taken hold of me, fear and trembling consume me, and I feel seized with a profound horror. O God, my soul cries out to you amidst the darkness that surrounds me. The days have been long, marked by afflictions that steal my peace and by voices that accuse me without ceasing. The words of hate spoken against me are like spears that pierce the heart, but in you, Lord, I find hope. I ask you to extend your powerful hand and lift me above these storms, for I know that only in you can I find shelter. My spirit is weary, but my faith remains firm, for you are my sustenance and the rock on which I stand. The oppressors seem to multiply around me, setting traps and trying to overthrow me. They do not rest, scheming in the silence of the night and bringing unrest at dawn. But I know, Lord, that no plan prevails against one who is under your protection. Even when everything seems lost, I trust that you are with me, guiding every step, even if I don't understand your ways. You are the God who sees the hidden, who knows every thought, and it is in you that I place my trust. Oh, how I long for a moment of peace, for a refuge where the screams of my enemies cannot reach me. My heart longs to rest in your presence, where there is no fear, only safety. The world may rise up against me, but in you, Lord, I find the certainty that nothing can separate me from your love. Break the pride of the wicked, Lord, and show them that only you are God, so that they know that they can do nothing against your power. Even in the midst of pain, Lord, I continue to seek you, because I know you are faithful. With every tear that runs down my face, I find comfort in your promise that you will be with me until the end of time. No matter how loud the storm or how fierce the winds, my heart remains steadfast in you. With each new dawn, I cry out for your presence, for I know that you are my strength when I am weak, the light that illuminates my steps in the darkness. Lord, may the voices of those who conspire against me be silenced. May the weight of lies and deceit fall on their own heads, so that they may learn that they cannot escape your justice. You are the God who corrects and teaches, who transforms hearts and breaks down walls. Even when I am the target of accusations and persecution, I place my cause in your hands, because I know that you are the just judge. Every day, the battle seems more intense, but I also feel your presence closer. You strengthen me when my strength is exhausted, and you renew my hope when everything seems to fall apart. You are my safe shelter, my strong tower, the one who guards me with zeal. May I never lack the faith to continue, even when circumstances try to make me give up. In you is my victory, and therefore I will never fear. I cry out for your peace, Lord, the one that surpasses all understanding and that guards the heart and mind. Even in the midst of chaos, I find rest in knowing that you are in control of all things. There is no problem too big, no situation impossible for you. Therefore, I surrender my fears, my anxieties, and my battles to you, knowing that you are able to transform my sadness into joy and my pain into praise. Those who rise up against me may seem strong, but I know that they are like chaff in the wind before your power. You are the God who opens the sea for your people to pass, who knocks down giants with a simple stone, who raises the dead. Therefore, I trust that you will also do great things in my life. I know that even if enemies try to trip me, you will lift me up and place me in a place of honor. Lord, guide me along your paths, so that I do not stray or lose faith. Teach me to depend on you in all things and to recognize that my strength comes from you. May my eyes remain fixed on you, even when circumstances try to divert me. Help me to remember that I am yours and that, in your hands, I am safe. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Lord, I want to look back and see that you were with me in every moment, in every struggle, in every victory. May my life be a testimony of your power and your love. I want to praise you not just for what you do, but for who you are. You are the God who never fails, who never abandons me, who is worthy of all honor and glory. To you I surrender everything, today and forever. Oh, if I could have wings like a dove, I would fly away from it all. I would seek refuge in a distant place, a silent desert where the storm of pain and the winds of persecution could not reach me. There he would find rest and relief, far from the evil that dwells among men. There are moments, Lord, when my heart wants to escape everything, abandon the cries of accusation and the incessant battle that surrounds me. But then I remember that even if I run to the ends of the earth, you are still with me. You are the God who accompanies me in the deepest valley and on the highest peak, and in your presence I find strength to face what previously seemed impossible. It is not in the desert that I will find rest, but in your arms, which surround me and sustain me at every moment. The weight of the pain sometimes feels unbearable, as if the earth itself is giving way beneath my feet. But, even in these moments, I look at the sky and remember that it is you who sustains everything with your power. You are the God who controls the winds and storms, who gives order to the sea and causes the tumult to cease. And it is in you that I trust, because I know that, at your command, even the most violent storm must calm down. If the deserts of this world promise silence, it is only in you that I find true peace. Even surrounded by evil and persecution, I can rest, because I know you are by my side. When the enemy rises and the shadows of anguish try to swallow me, I remember that you are my light and my salvation. There is no greater refuge, there is no safer place than under your protection, where no evil force can reach me. There is a promise that your word gives me, that you will never abandon me. It's this promise that keeps me going, even when everything seems to fall apart around me. I may even want to run away, but I know that you call me to remain, to face the battles with courage, because I do not fight alone. You are the God who goes before me, preparing the way, and who fights for me when my strength fails. The winds may blow violently, trying to throw me to the ground, but in you I find stability. Like a firm anchor, your presence holds me, even when the waves threaten to sweep me away. My heart calms down when I remember that you are greater than any storm, and that no evil can prevail against those who trust in you. I don't need wings to flee, because I have your hand to guide me. Lord, teach me to rest in you, even in the midst of chaos. When my soul cries out for a desert of silence, remind me that true rest is in your presence. Your soft voice is sweeter than silence, and your peace overcomes any calm. Even if my enemies multiply and the battles intensify, I know that in you I am safe, for you are my shield and my fortress. Deserts promise refuge, but often bring only loneliness. In you, however, I find fullness. No matter how far I want to go, your presence is my true home. And it is there, next to you, that my soul finds rest. You are the God who wipes away my tears, who renews me with your strength, and who transforms my lament into a song of joy. The world may be cruel, but you are kind. The pain may be great, but your love is greater. Even if adversities try to knock me down, I know that in you I can rise. You are the God who restores, who heals the deepest wounds, and who brings hope to the most broken heart. And it is this hope that keeps me moving forward, even when the path seems arduous. Sometimes tiredness makes me want to give up, but your word reminds me that those who hope in you renew their strength. They soar with wings like eagles, they run and do not get tired, they walk and do not get tired. I don't need dove wings to escape, because you give me eagle wings to face and win. It is you who empowers me, who lifts me above difficulties and makes me see beyond what my eyes can reach. And so, Lord, I remain in your presence, trusting that you are enough for me. No matter how strong the storm or how hard the battle, I know that in you I am more than conqueror. My heart finds rest in your faithfulness, and my soul rejoices in your salvation. I give everything to you, because you are the only true refuge, the only one who can transform my desert into a garden of peace. Destroy, O Lord, the plot of the wicked. It divides their words, confuses their intentions, as violence and discord are visible in every corner of the city. Night and day, your actions walk the walls like shadows, bringing evil, deceit, and sadness. Its streets are filled with betrayal and lies, and my soul suffers because of it. Lord, look at the corruption that spreads like a plague, infecting hearts and destroying lives. The wicked go about sowing hatred and discord, conspiring in the shadows to overthrow the righteous. His words, sweet in appearance, carry poison, and his actions overflow with cruelty. But you, O God, are the one who sees beyond the masks and knows the deepest intentions. Therefore, I cry out, expose your lies and do justice. May their own snares turn against them, and may their plots be destroyed by the strength of your power. Every corner seems to scream the name of injustice. The walls, which should protect, now shelter the echo of the evils plotted in the silence of the night. But I know, Lord, that nothing escapes your gaze. You are the fair judge, who weighs every word and every action. Therefore, I ask that you intervene. Break down the walls of lies and oppression, and raise the truth like a banner over the city. May everyone see that only you are God, the one who rules over everything and everyone. Lord, the righteous are tired, burdened by the snares of evildoers. Many are losing hope, believing that evil triumphs without consequences. But I know that you don't forget yours. Your word says that those who trust in you will never be shaken. Therefore, strengthen the downcast hearts, renew the faith of your children, and show that, even in the midst of chaos, your justice remains unshakable. The violence that roams the streets is not just physical, but spiritual. Words of hate are shot like arrows, hurting hearts and destroying souls. But you, Lord, are the God of peace, who turns war into rest and mourning into joy. Enter, Lord, into the streets marked by darkness and bring your light. Dispel darkness with your presence and restore homes and lives that have been destroyed by wickedness. Each morning brings new news of betrayals and lies, but my heart finds comfort in knowing that you are faithful. Even when men fail, you remain the same, unchanging and true God. Therefore, I choose to trust you, even when everything around me seems to fall apart. I know that your justice does not fail and that, at the right time, you will repay each one according to their works. The wicked may seem invincible, but I know their strength is temporary. Like a mist that dissipates at dawn, their plots will be destroyed by your mighty hand. There is no evil that can prevail against your power, Lord. You are the God who topples giants, who opens seas and breaks currents. Therefore I cry out, act, Lord, in favor of the righteous. Show the world that you are the only true God, worthy of all glory and praise. Deceit walks alongside pride, and together they build sandcastles that will be destroyed by your truth. Lies may confuse for a while, but the truth always prevails. Therefore, Lord, unmask the plans of the wicked and reveal what is hidden. May everyone see that there is nothing hidden that will not come to light before you. And may repentant hearts find forgiveness and restoration in you. Lord, your word is a lighthouse in the midst of darkness, a powerful weapon against injustice. Teach us to use it wisely, to proclaim it with courage, and to live by it faithfully. May, even in the face of opposition, we not remain silent, but be instruments of your truth and justice. May our lives be living testimonies of your love and your power, showing the world that you are the God who transforms realities and restores lives. I cry out for your divine intervention, Lord, because I know that only you can change the course of things. There is no authority greater than yours, no power greater than yours. Therefore, I surrender everything into your hands, trusting that you will act in accordance with your perfect will. May your peace reign where there is discord today, and may your justice prevail where there is injustice today. Lord, I ask that you guard my heart against bitterness and despair. Help me to remember that the battle is not mine, but yours, and that victory is already assured in you. Sustain me with your grace and strengthen me with your presence, that, even in the midst of struggles, I can raise my voice in praise, recognizing that you are God, sovereign over everything and everyone, yesterday, today, and forever. It was not a distant enemy that hurt me, that I could bear, but it was someone close, someone I trusted, someone with whom I shared sweet advice and walked side by side in your house, O God. This betrayal cuts deeper than any sword. May divine justice be present. Let their wickedness return upon themselves, for their dwellings are full of wickedness. Lord, the weight of betrayal is a pain that words cannot express. When someone I loved and trusted turns against me, it's like the ground is ripped out from under my feet. This type of wound is not just physical or emotional, but spiritual, touching the core of the soul. However, even in pain, I turn to you, because I know that you are the only one capable of transforming this anguish into strength and bringing justice where there is disloyalty. I trust in your sovereignty, knowing that you are the perfect judge who searches hearts and minds. The moments shared with those who rise up against me today return to memory like shadows. I remember the conversations, the plans made together, the laughter that now sounds like distant echoes. I wonder how someone can exchange sincere friendship for betrayal, but I know that only you have the answers, Lord. And it is to you that I give this pain, because I know that I don't need to carry it alone. You are my refuge and my fortress, and in you I find rest even when my heart is broken. Lord, there is no place for bitterness in my heart, but the pain insists on consuming me. I ask you to teach me to forgive, even when the betrayal seems unforgivable. Forgiving does not mean forgetting or ignoring, but freeing my soul from the chains of hurt. Help me remember that forgiveness is more a choice for freedom than a favor to the betrayer, and that, by handing this situation into your hands, I am allowing your justice to prevail at the right time. When I look at traitors, I see not only their actions, but also the reflection of their own pain and weaknesses. I recognize that the evil they do against me is often the result of their own unhealed wounds. Therefore, Lord, I cry not only for justice, but also for mercy. May you transform their hearts and guide them back to the path of truth. That, just as you seek my healing, you also seek theirs, for I know that you are the God of love and restoration. Betrayal makes me feel like I'm lost in an endless desert, surrounded by mirages of trust that disappear as I get closer. But even in the desert, I know you are with me, Lord. You are the water that quenches my thirst and the manna that feeds my soul. When everything around me seems to fall apart, your presence remains unshakable, and it is in her that I find the strength to continue, one step at a time, trusting that you will lead me to a place of rest and renewal. I remember the sweet words and advice I shared with those who have become enemies today. They now sound empty, like music that has lost its melody. But Lord, I choose not to let this betrayal harden my heart. I ask you to preserve my ability to trust, even after so many disappointments. Help me to discern wisely, but also to love freely, knowing that it is you who guards my heart. The homes of traitors are full of evil, but I know that your light can penetrate even the deepest darkness. I call on you to expel deception from your lives, for only then will you be able to experience true peace. And as for me, Lord, Keep me so that I do not fall into the temptation of repaying evil for evil. Teach me to be a reflection of your love, even in the midst of pain, and to remember that revenge belongs to you and not to me. Every tear shed because of this betrayal is not forgotten by you, Lord. You keep each one as a testimony of my pain, and I know that in your time you will bring comfort and justice. Even if I cry today, I know that the dawn will bring joy, because you are the God who transforms lament into dance and clothes those who trust in you with joy. Therefore, I choose to wait on your promise, trusting that you are faithful to fulfill it. Lord, when betrayal tries to suffocate my hope, I remember that your faithfulness is greater than any human infidelity. You are the one who never leaves me, even when those closest to me move away. And it is in you that I find security, because I know that your covenant with me is eternal. No matter how many rise up against me, I know that in you I am more than conqueror, for you are the God who fights my battles and who keeps me firm in your truth. Lord, I give you all the pain, all the hurt, and all the disappointment. I don't want to carry these burdens, because I know they were meant to be placed in your hands. Teach me to trust your plans, even when I can't fully understand them. May my life be a testimony to your power to restore what has been broken, and that even in the midst of betrayal, I may reflect your love and grace to all around me. As for me, Lord, I cry out to you. Morning, noon, and night, I lift my voice in prayer, and I know that you hear me. You are my peace in the midst of battle, my shelter from the many who rise up against me. You will save me, O God, for you are faithful. Lord, at every moment of the day, whether in the calm of the morning, the hustle and bustle of the afternoon, or the silence of the night, my heart turns to you. In every word I utter, in every thought I dedicate, I find in you the certainty that be careful that none of my cries are lost. You are the refuge for my tired soul, the safe haven amid the turbulent waves of life. When the voices of the world try to silence my faith, I remember that your voice echoes louder, bringing hope and certainty to my heart. When life's battles seem incessant, I find in you the peace that the world cannot offer. The fight may be great, the enemies may multiply, but I know that in you there is rest. You are the one who dispels the internal storms, who calms the winds of fear and anxiety. Even when everything around me seems to fall apart, your presence is the firm rock on which I can stand. And it is in this firmness that I place my trust, knowing that in you I find the strength to continue. You, Lord, know every tear I shed and every anguish I carry in my heart. Even before my voice cries out, you already know what's inside me. And yet, you invite me to seek you, to cast my worries upon you, because you care about me. It is in you that I find relief, because there is no weight that you cannot carry, there is no battle that you cannot win. Your faithfulness is like a shield that protects me, like a cloak that covers my vulnerability. In the midday heat, when life's battles seem most intense, I remember that you are the cooling shade on my journey. You are the one who renews my strength, who enables me to face challenges with courage and determination. Even when I feel weak, I know that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. You are the God who transforms the weak into winners, who makes even moments of pain used for my growth and for your glory. At nightfall, when tiredness tries to dominate my soul, I find in you the rest I need so much. You are the one who takes care of me while I sleep, who watches over me while I rest. There is no danger that escapes your eyes. There is no plot that can deceive you. You are the faithful guard who never sleeps, who never tires of taking care of your children. And it is with this certainty that I can rest in peace, knowing that you are in control of all things. Lord, even when the world around me seems to be at war, in you I find the peace that passes all understanding. Your presence is like a balm for my soul, a relief for my spirit. When problems try to overwhelm me, I remember that you are greater than any adversity. You are the God who calls the stars by name, who sustains the universe with your word, and who still cares about every detail of my life. You are my present help in tribulations, the answer to my deepest desires. When I raise my voice to you, I know that I am not speaking to the wind, but to the God who hears and responds. Your faithfulness does not fail, your kindness has no end. You are the God who fulfills his promises, who transforms impossibilities into victories. And it is with this certainty that I continue to cry out, knowing that your hand is always ready to sustain me. Each morning, as I open my eyes, I remember that your mercy is renewed upon me. You are the God who never tires of loving me, who does not give up on me, even when I stumble on my journey. You are the one who lifts me up, who cleans me, who puts me back on the path. And that's why I choose to seek you, not just in times of difficulty, but every day of my life. Because in you I find everything I need, and without you I am nothing. Lord, while life's struggles try to weaken me, I choose to remain in your presence. You are the one who strengthens me, who gives me courage to face each challenge. Even when the road seems long and the burden heavy, I know that in you I find rest and renewal. Your word is like a guide that lights my path, like a compass that directs me to your will. And it is on this journey with you that I find purpose and meaning. Lord, I want to thank you for being the God who hears, who sees, who cares. Even when my words fail, when my strength runs out, I know that your grace is sufficient for me. You are the God who turns the impossible into reality, who makes all things work together for the good of those who love you. And it is with this faith that I continue to cry out, knowing that you are faithful to save me, to protect me, and to lead me in triumph in every area of my life. They, Lord, broke covenants and betrayed those who were at peace with them. Their words are smooth as butter, but in their hearts there is war. His promises are smooth as oil, but his intentions are sharp as swords. Still, I trust you. They walk through the shadows, hiding their true faces behind glowing masks. They seem like friends in good times, but they reveal themselves to be predators in times of weakness. Their actions echo the falsehood of their words, seeking to confuse the hearts of the righteous and divert the steps of those who walk the path of righteousness. However, Lord, you are the light that dispels darkness, the shield that protects those who trust in you. Even though its traps are spread, I know that with your strength, I can walk in safety. When they open their mouths, they promise worlds and depths, but deliver only dust and ashes. His words, adorned with beauty, hide thorns that hurt deeply. They manipulate with the dexterity of snakes, but they do not realize that nothing escapes your gaze. You know every hidden thought, every hidden intention, and that is why I place my trust in you, knowing that your justice never fails and your mercy never runs out. Ah, Lord, how bitter is the betrayal of those we once called allies. How heavy is the burden of disappointment when we realize that the hearts we once believed to be sincere are filled with perverse intentions. But you, O God, carry my burden and wipe away my tears. You are the refuge in the midst of the storm, the safe haven I run to when the world around me falls apart. In you, I find the strength to forgive and move on. They plan in the shadows, trusting in the strength of their own hands, but forget that the Lord of hosts is the guardian of your children. Its traps may seem inescapable, but in you, O Father, I find the path to victory. Their mocking laughter does not intimidate those who know that your word is faithful. For while they plot, you prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies, showing that your goodness triumphs over all wickedness. Sometimes the heart gets tired and the soul falls down in the face of injustice. But you, Lord, are the balm that heals the deepest wounds. You renew the strength of those who hope in you and lift up those who are prostrate. Even if the wicked prosper for a moment, I know that their fate is in your hands. Your justice does not sleep, and at the right time, everything will be revealed. Therefore, I surrender my anguish to you, knowing that in your time, everything will be restored. Men can promise fidelity with their lips, but only you, Lord, are truly faithful. While they break covenants out of greed, you keep your unchanging word out of love. Your character is the firm rock I can lean on, even when everything around me seems uncertain. And so, even in the midst of betrayals, I find comfort in your presence, because I know that you will never abandon me. The days are evil, and men's hearts are full of vanity. They seek glory for themselves, while despising the teachings of your word. But I choose to walk according to your commandments, trusting that your light is stronger than the darkness of the world. Even if they attack me with lies and deceit, I know that your truth will be my shield. Therefore, I remain firm, knowing that you are the God who fights for me. They arm themselves with words like arrows and intend to strike down those who stand in your truth. But you, O Lord, are the shield that protects your servants. Even if your plans are ingenious and your traps are well thought out, I trust that your wisdom is greater. While they try to tear down the righteous, you lift them up and place them in high places. There is no evil that can prevail against those who dwell under your wings. Lord, I trust in you, even when circumstances call otherwise. I know that those who sow evil will reap the fruit of their works. You are righteous, and you do not allow the wicked to triumph forever. Therefore, I rest in the certainty that my life is in your hands. Even when the world seems to fall apart around me, I know that you will support my feet and lead me safely to the land of promise. They may laugh now, but their laughter will be silenced before your majesty. They may exalt themselves, but they will be humbled before your throne. Lord, teach me not to seek revenge, but to surrender to you everything that weighs on my heart. Help me to live according to your righteousness, loving the truth and walking in the light. For I know that, in the end, those who trust in you will never be put to shame. I surrender my burdens into your hands, O Lord, for I know that you will sustain me. You will never allow the righteous to be overthrown. As for liars and deceivers, you will bring them to ruin. They will not live to see half their days. But I, Lord, will put my trust in you forever. O Lord, in your presence I find rest for my weary soul. When storms arise and strength seems to abandon me, I remember that you are my refuge and strength. The paths of this world are full of traps, and the weight of worries seems to crush me. But, as I surrender everything to you, I feel the relief of someone who is supported by powerful and loving hands. You, Lord, never fail, and those who trust in you remain steadfast, like a tree planted by still waters. Those who walk in falsehood build sandcastles, believing that they are invincible. Their words are empty, and their hearts are full of deceit. But, Lord, you observe everything from above and laugh at their futile plans. I know that, in your time, truth will prevail and justice will be served. I choose, Father, not to worry about the wicked, but to trust in your eternal purposes. In you is my security, and no evil can shake the one who walks by your side. You are the God who carries our burdens, and in you I find the strength to continue. When my feet falter, your hand supports me. When my hopes seem to fade, your word renews my spirits. Liars and deceivers may prosper for a brief moment, but their glory is fleeting. They live without peace, while those who trust in you are assured of an eternal inheritance. Therefore, Lord, my soul rests, knowing that you are in control of everything. The wiles of the wicked are not unknown to you. They plot in secret, but you see all things. Your lies may deceive many, but they cannot deceive you. This is why I, Lord, choose your truth. Even though walking in righteousness is difficult and lonely, I know that your presence is enough to sustain me, no matter how much the winds blow against me, for you are the rock on which I am firmly planted. There are times when the days seem dark and the future uncertain, but in you I find light and direction. While deceivers chase their own ambitions, I choose to wait on you. I know waiting can be difficult, but those who trust in the Lord will never be put to shame. You transform what was meant to be destruction into victory, and what seemed impossible becomes a testimony of your faithfulness. Therefore, Lord, I wait patiently, trusting in your perfect timing. Liars build their lives on shaky foundations, and their days are filled with restlessness. But, Lord, those who give their lives to you have peace that passes all understanding. I know that my life is not in the hands of men, but in your powerful hands. Therefore, I do not fear the threats of the wicked, nor do I allow myself to be shaken by their false accusations. My trust is in you, O God, and I know that you will make me triumph over all adversity. You are the God who knows the heart of every man. Deceivers can mask their intentions before others, but they cannot hide anything from you. Your justice is straight and infallible, and I know that, in your time, they will reap the fruit of their works. Meanwhile, Lord, guard my heart so that I do not fall into the temptation of repaying evil for evil. Help me to live according to your principles, trusting that your justice will prevail over all things. Lord, when I feel weak and helpless, I remember that you are my sustenance. You carry the burdens that I cannot bear, and you give me strength to face each new day. Those who trust in their own strength will fall, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength and soar like eagles. I know that even when I don't see the solution, you are working on my behalf. Therefore, I surrender everything to you, trusting that you will do infinitely more than I can imagine. The days of the wicked are brief, but your faithfulness endures forever. They boast of their achievements, but their works do not remain. Now the righteous who trust in you are like trees planted by the river, whose fruit does not wither. Lord, I want to be among those who remain in you, whose hope is established in eternity. Teach me to live with my heart focused on your kingdom, knowing that everything in this world is temporary, but your word will never fail. O God, when I look to the future, I know that I can walk without fear, for you are with me. No matter how great the challenges or how powerful the deceivers seem, my trust is in you. You are the God who turns defeats into victories and brings beauty from ashes. Therefore, I surrender all my burdens to you, knowing that in your hands I find rest and security. Praised be your name forever, for you are worthy of all honor and glory. And so I continue, trusting in your power, Lord, because I know that, even in the midst of the deepest darkness, your light does not go out. When my heart is crushed by the weight of pain and betrayal, you will be my strength. When the storm winds hit me, you will be my refuge. When enemies surround me with their sharp words and dark intentions, you will be the shield that protects me. Lord, even when the paths seem dark and the mountains ahead are too high, I know I don't walk alone. You are the light that illuminates my steps, even on the darkest nights, and the voice that guides me when the silence seems deafening. When the weight of struggles tries to make me give up, I remember that your strength is perfect in my weakness. With my heart trusting in you, I face whatever comes, certain that, in your hands, victory is already certain. Life brings moments when the ground seems to disappear beneath our feet, and despair tries to consume us. But you, Lord, are the anchor that keeps my soul steady. The challenges may be great, but nothing compares to your power. Even if the world rises up against me, I know that you are greater. There is no storm that your voice cannot calm, no wall that your strength cannot tear down. In you, I find the courage to move forward. They may try to hurt me with words, but you, Lord, are my shield. Their evil plans will not prevail, because you surround those who trust in you. You are the strong tower where I find refuge, and your presence is like a wall of fire around me. It doesn't matter how many rise up against me, because I know that he who is with me is greater. In the midst of battles, I rest in the certainty that my security is in you. O God, your light shines even in the darkest moments of my journey. When doubts and fears try to divert me, it is in you that I find direction and purpose. I know that the storms of life come and go, but your presence is constant. Therefore, I surrender my dreams, my struggles, and my heart to you. In your word I find promises that never fail, and in your love I discover the peace that surpasses all understanding. Enemies may rise up in fury, but you are the God who calms the storm. Their plans are no secret to you, and their words have no power against those who trust in your protection. While they plot in the shadows, you prepare a table for me in full light. Your righteousness is my comfort, and your faithfulness is my foundation. Even if I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear, because I know that you are with me. When my heart is heavy and my strength is exhausted, I remember that you are the inexhaustible source of vigor. In you, I find a rest that the world cannot offer. Even if the pain tries to paralyze me, I trust that you are working in my favor. You are the God who transforms suffering into testimony, weakness into strength, and the impossible into reality. Therefore, I do not give up, because I know that your hand sustains me. The winds may blow violently, trying to knock me down, but you are the rock where I am firmly planted. Storms may rage, but I do not fear, because I know that my refuge is safe in you. When everything around me seems to fall apart, I remember that my God is unchanging and eternal. There is no force in the universe that can separate me from your love, and it is in this love that I find the courage to continue. They may attack me with accusations and slander, but you, Lord, are my defense. You are the lawyer who pleads my cause and the judge who executes your perfect justice. I don't need to fight with the weapons of the world, because you are my warrior. I rest in the certainty that your word is my shield, and your presence is my fortress. Even in the face of the cruelest attacks, I keep my eyes fixed on you. Lord, I know the battle is not mine, but yours. When enemies arise, I do not need to fear, because you are the God who goes before me. You open paths in the desert and make rivers gush out of the dry land. Even when the scenario seems hopeless, I trust that your provision is certain. While the world is in turmoil, I find peace in your presence. You are my rest, my security, and my salvation. O God, in your faithfulness I find the strength to persevere. I know the challenges are great, but your love is even greater. Pain may last for a night, but joy comes at dawn, because you are the God who restores. Even though the winds and waves are intense, I trust that you are in control. Therefore, I move forward, with a heart full of faith, knowing that you are the God who makes all things work together for the good of those who love you. Every tear I shed, Lord, is known to you. Every sigh of anguish that escapes my chest, you hear it. And even when my voice fails, my spirit cries out to you, and I know that you will never abandon me. Because you are the God of justice, who sees beyond appearances, who knows hearts, who weighs intentions. Lord, in the midst of my pain, I find comfort in knowing that you are the God who never forgets me. Even when I feel invisible to the world, I know that in you I am fully seen. You know every detail of my soul, even those I can't express. And, in your infinite kindness, you transform my tears into silent prayers, full of meaning and hope. While men judge by appearances, you see the heart and judge with perfect justice. There are times when the storms of life seem endless, but I know you are with me through each one. When loneliness and fear try to take over, your presence is like a balm for my wounded soul. You are the shelter in the midst of chaos, the firm rock where I can rest. It doesn't matter how loud the screams are around me, because your voice of love and peace speaks louder and leads me to safety. O God, your justice is like a mighty river, which can neither be contained nor diverted. You are the defender of the oppressed, the refuge for those who are persecuted without cause. Even when I feel wronged or misunderstood, I trust that your balance is perfect and that, in your time, everything will be revealed. Therefore, I surrender all my pain and all situations that are beyond my control to you, knowing that you are working in my favor. When anguish suffocates me and it seems that I am alone, I remember that you are Emmanuel, the God with us. Your presence is not a distant concept. It is real, alive, and constant. Even on the darkest nights, I feel the warmth of your love enveloping my heart and dispelling the cold of hopelessness. You not only hear my cries, but you respond with grace, strength, and comfort, renewing my trust in your goodness. Those who trust in their own strength may faint, but those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. I choose to wait on you, Lord, because I know that my life is in your hands. Every tear that falls from my eyes is collected by you as a precious treasure. Every pain I feel is known and understood by your infinite wisdom. And while I wait, you sustain me with your promise that you will never abandon me. Lord, even when my words fail, I know that my spirit cries out to you. In you, I find rest for my troubled soul and direction for the confusing paths that life presents. When human judgments are harsh and unfair, remember that you are the only true judge. Your justice does not fail, and your love is steadfast. So I keep walking, knowing that you are by my side, guiding me with each step. Your hands, Lord, are firm and tender, capable of carrying the weight of all my afflictions. When I am overwhelmed, I find relief in your care. When I'm lost, I find direction in your word. And when I am weak, I find strength in your presence. You are the God who not only sees my struggles but also fights for me. In your faithfulness, I find the courage to face each new day. O God, you are the God who weighs intentions and searches hearts. Nothing escapes your watchful eye, and no injustice remains unpunished before you. When I am misunderstood or slandered, I trust that you are my defense. You are the God who lifts up the downcast and exalts the humble. Therefore, I choose to rest in your righteousness, knowing that it will prevail over all things. In you, I find peace and security. Even when the winds blow hard and I feel like I'm going to be knocked down, I remember that you are the God who sustains the weak. You renew my strength and lift me up when I can no longer walk. Your grace is sufficient for me, and your faithfulness is the foundation of my hope. No matter how difficult the journey is, I know I am not alone. You are the shepherd who takes care of the lost sheep, and in you I find everything I need. Lord, each day that passes is a new opportunity to trust you more. Although the challenges are great and the struggles intense, my faith is firm in the certainty that you are with me. You are the God who turns tears into joy and defeats into victories. Therefore, I do not fear what is to come, because I know that my future is safe in your hands. In your justice and love, I find everything I need to continue. Men can plan evil, they can try to destroy me with their lies, but before you, Lord, they have no power. Your smooth words, like honey that deceives, are of no value in the face of your truth. They may appear strong, but their strength is empty, and their path will lead them to the pit of destruction. Lord, when men plot against me, I know they can do nothing but what you allow. Your plans may seem cunning, your words may deceive the unwary, but before your eternal wisdom, they are just vapor. You are the God who turns evil into good, who uses even the darkest intentions to fulfill your purposes. While they waste themselves in their own conspiracies, I rest in the knowledge that you are in control and that your truth will always prevail. Even though their faces show fake smiles, their hearts are full of deceit. But you, Lord, see beyond the masks. You probe their thoughts and weigh their intentions, and none of their devices go unnoticed before you. When they try to bring me down with their words, I remember that your word is a shield that protects me. They may try to weaken me, but your strength is what sustains me and makes me prevail over all traps. O God, I am not deceived by appearances, for I know that true strength is not in men, but in you. Your ways may seem to prosper for a while, but in the end, they will lead to ruin. While they are lost in their own devices, I choose to walk the path of righteousness, trusting that your justice is perfect. You are the judge who does not allow himself to be influenced, and in you I find the guarantee that no injustice will remain unpunished. They may seem great in the eyes of the world, but before you, Lord, they are nothing more than dust in the wind. Their riches, their power, and their positions are nothing before your majesty. When they try to intimidate me, I remember that you are the King of Kings, the Lord of Hosts, and that in you is true authority. Nothing happens without your knowledge, and no weapon formed against me will prosper, for you are my refuge. When your honey-sweet words try to seduce me, I remember that you are the truth that sets me free. You are the rock upon which I build my life, and in you there is no room for deceit. Your empty promises and selfish intentions have no place in my heart, for I know that your word is faithful and true. While they strive to manipulate and control, I choose to submit only to you, the God who never fails. Lord, I know that even the most elaborate plans of men are fragile before your sovereignty. They can calculate every detail, but only what is within your will happens. When their schemes try to get to me, I trust that you will thwart them. You are the God who confounds the wicked, who turns their own weapons against them. As they stumble into their traps, I move forward, safe in your protection. O God, when they rise up against me, I do not fear, because I know that my strength does not come from myself, but from you. They may try to intimidate me, but my confidence is in the knowledge that you are the God who fights for me. You are the shield that covers me and the fortress that protects me. Your attacks do not reach me, because you keep me under your wings, and in your presence I find safety. They may try to hide their true intentions, but nothing is hidden from you, Lord. You are the God who brings to light what was done in darkness, who reveals the truth behind the lies. While they conspire, I choose to rest in your righteousness. I know that in your time, everything will be exposed, and those who plotted evil will be put to shame. You are the God who honors those who fear you and humbles those who trust in themselves. Even if your threats are as high as mountains, you, Lord, are greater. While they trust in their fleeting strength, I trust in your eternal power. You are the God who breaks the bows of warriors and silences the mouths of liars. When men attack me, I remember that the battle is not mine, but yours, and you never lost a battle. Therefore, I surrender everything into your hands, knowing that your victory is certain. Lord, while they are consumed with their own arrogance, I choose to humble myself before you. I do not seek revenge, for I know it belongs to you. I do not seek to repay evil, for I trust that your justice is sufficient. While they fall to their own paths of destruction, I remain steadfast in your grace. You are the God who sustains me, who lifts me up when I fall, and who leads me beyond the storms. In you, I find everything I need. And I, Lord, in the midst of struggles, find peace in you. Even when the world around me is chaos, when the pain seems unbearable, I rest in the certainty that you are with me. You are my deliverer, my very present help in tribulation. Lord, in the midst of the battles that surround me, I feel the comfort of your presence that never leaves me. When the strong winds blow and try to knock me down, I know you are there, holding my hand and steadying my steps. You are the rock where I find stability, the safe shelter where I can take refuge. Even when everything around me crumbles, my soul finds rest in you, for your faithfulness is my guarantee of victory. Amen.